give you the overview of the presentation. We have integrated various multimedia aspects to the presentation, and we have prepared a local news reporter reporting the situation.
Investigators are focusing on the software that controlled the robot and whether the tragedy was caused by a programming error or failure in management oversight. Thank you.
To elaborate on the situation, Robbie CX30, the robot, was operated by Bart Matthews at Cybernetics. The robot operator, Bart Matthews, was the victim of the incident, who got struck by CX30 while he was operating the robot, when it malfunctioned, struck his head, which led him to hit over his head and crush his skull at a nearby wall, which caused his instant death. Randy Samuels was the programmer who wrote the exact part of the code which caused the robot to malfunction. Jim McMurdoch, who was named the prosecuting attorney of the case, arrested Samuels for charges of manslaughter for indirectly killing Bart Matthews. The local newspaper station, Central Observer, somehow obtained a copy of the code that malfunctioned, and it was sent to Professor Bill Park of physics at Silicon Valley University, who also had a background in coding, to confirm the code. Upon inspection, Mr. Park confirmed the code was faulty, and the programmer misinterpreted derivatives as averages, which caused the robot to move its arm violently and caused the death of Bart Matthews. Upon deeper investigation, an anonymous employee of Tektronix Incorporated, which was the manufacturing company of the robot, revealed that Tektronix Incorporated often exploited its employees. According to Martha, the Tektronix Incorporated was to pull away from the industry altogether if CX30 was not a commercial success. Also, Sam Reynolds, the project manager of the project, and Ray Johnson, the chief of robotics department, did not get along well. And on June 12th, Ray Johnson called Sam Reynolds to his office and yelled at him and threatened that heads would roll if deadline was not met. Ray Johnson, upon learning that software development had little issues, hired 20 new employees on 12th June and shifted resources from other departments, which did not sit well with Sam Reynolds. He insisted that Ray Johnson, who came from a Harvard background, could not understand that software development was not assembly line work and could not be fulfilled by more people working on the project. Also, Sam Reynolds did not want to waste his time, spending his time teaching the new hires about software development, and insisted on working with the team he had firmly. Okay, so it was also revealed that Tektronix Incorporated was to ride on the press that CX10 and CX20 got for its commercial success, and wanted to make CX30 commercial success and raise its fame and fortune. On 12th June again, in a meeting of the team, Ray Johnson presented his ivory snow theory, which he got inspiration from a local soap brand, which claimed to be 99 and 44% pure, insisting that software did not have to be perfect, and minor errors were unprecedented and encouraged. Another anonymous interviewee revealed that Ray often viewed software developers as perfectionists who did not understand that minor imperfections were good, and often quoted that perfection is the enemy of good.
Let's talk about Randy Samuels. Randy Samuels was a programmer at Silicon Tektronix who was held responsible for the fatal robot malfunction. Although highly skilled, he was known for his arrogance and his inability to accept the criticism. His ego-driven attitude and poor teamwork created several problems during code reviews. Due to the lack of egoless programming, Samuel's abilities were ultimately overshadowed by his communication and personality issues, which led to the incident. Robbie CX30 project conflict. The Robbie CX30 project was divided over whether to use the waterfall or prototyping model of software development. Manager Sam Reynolds insisted on the waterfall model while Dan Anderson argued for the prototyping and to allow early user interaction. But Manager Sam Reynolds ignored the importance of testing and operator interaction design, which led to the poor communication, flawed design, and also contributed to the fatal incident. Now, Justice for Randy Samuels committee claims. The Justice for Randy Samuels committee defended their programmer Randy Samuels by arguing that he was unfairly blamed for the killer robot incident. The committee also revealed documents which shows that the Silicon Tektronix was legally responsible for robots' safety. The company reportedly failed to meet the safety and training obligation, which led to the death of operator Bart Matthews during an exceptional condition. The committee also accused company's executive of negligence and also suggested political collusion between the Silicon Tektronix and prosecuting attorney officers.
Next, I'll be presenting on the articles published during the Killer Robot case by Mabel McCracker. It's an article titled Robot Users Interface, The Problem. Giving a brief overview, experts were asked by police to reconstruct the incident. Reenactment was done remotely through a console provided by the Silicon Tektronix. The evaluation, though uncanny, was accurate. This conclusion led to the user interface being the bigger problem than normal programming glitches. Next, the evaluation was done according to Snyderman's 8 golden rules of interface design. According to the design rules, it strives for consistency, error handling, and proper user controls. However, the CX30 robot console violated almost all the golden criteria. And CX30 console was inconsistent, confusing, and hard to use. The robot operator had to memorize complex sequences without proper feedback and clear guidance. During an emergency, these flaws caused fatal accidents. Comparing these rules to the accident, during the accident, the robot console produced error messages in green color, which normally portrays safety. However, the robot operator didn't realize this danger and proceeded to cease the robot operation manually through keypad, but the normal course on. Realizing he was not in danger, he was struck by the robot arm, which could have been prevented if the user design was proper. This article concludes 3 things. User design also contributes to operator safety. Programmers are not the only one responsible. Ethical responsibility extends to all design workers. Another article by the same author is queries on authenticity of the software test. It explores the dishonesty of the software testing and management decision, which led to the incident of robot CX30. Giving a brief overview, the company asked experts, Dr. Silva and his students, to conduct investigation into company software testing and quality assurance. During this testing, they realized the discrepancies between the official test and the actual program. This led to 2 conclusions. Either the test results were falsified, or the actual program in the robot doing testing was different. This led to questions on ethical inclination of the testers and blurred the accountability with management, programmers, and testers, which concludes that programming was just part of the bigger problem. The problem included were management irresponsibilities, falsification of test results, etc. Thank you.
Silicon Tektronix employed admit faking software to simply and fake software test system. Simply and fake software tester Tektronix admitted she faked the test result for the killer robot program. Her boss Ray Johnson told her to do it, and because the company on the project was on its stand. On this case, so several ethical problems like dishonesty, privacy violation, neglecting and safety and profit. This shows how workplace lead to unethical decision. And another one is the fake test result or the robot accident that lead to a worker death. The case of killer robot is detection scenario that explores the intersection of software engineering and computer ethics. And the story begins with a tragic incident in which the programmer, mistake in coding, caused the robot to kill its operator. Initially, the programmer is indicated for the accident was not fault of a single individual. The entire development team, company, policies, project pressure testing in a single individual. Critical importance of honesty and safety involved. This case teaches that that no pressure have in deadline, we must never compromise on honesty and safety. Responsible and unethical individual and to group of mix in technology. And here is the short star interview about Sydney and yearly about local robotics.
That guy was killed by a robot that I helped to produce. Do you feel that you made an ethical choice when you created software results? Nothing in my experience or background prevented me for something like this. I studied computer science at a major university, and they taught me about software testing, but they never told me that someone with power over me might ask me to produce a fake software test. Can you describe what happened when Ray Johnson asked you to fake the test results? He called me to his office as if to show me the traffic's power. I've always wanted to be in a managerial position, so I went. When I sat down, he came right out and said, I want you to fake the test results on that sample software. I don't want Reynolds to know anything about this. How did you react to that request? I'm shocked. He assured me that no one would probably ever see the test results because the robot was perfectly safe. He said it was just an internal matter, a matter of clearness, in case anyone at cybernetics or higher up got serious. Did you question about the safety of the robot? Yes, I asked him if he was sure about the robot being safe, and he said, it's safe. The user interface is our line of defense. In about 6 months, we can issue a second version of the robotic software, and by then, the Samuel's problem will be solved. I got it. Still, not entirely. But then he told me something that really reassured me. He said that if I didn't fake the software test, everyone in the robotics division would lose their job. On the basis, I decided to fake the test result. I was trying to protect my job and the job of my co-workers. You're currently pursuing an MD degree at Silicon Valley University, correct? Yes, that's right. I'm taking classes on that. Looking back now, especially after the death of Bart Matthews, do you still feel you made an ethical decision? No, I think I was misled by Ray Johnson. He told me that the robot was safe.
In a conversation with Dr. Harry Uder about Dr. Harry Uder. Dr. Harry Uder is a professor at Silicon Valley University. Is specialized by computer technology and ethics with a degree in electrical engineering and computer science. He focused only social and ethics implication of computing and ethics and responsibility. Ethics are always doing its right. It's Silicon Tectonic. It poor leadership and pressure cause mistake. Both company and worker are blamed, and everyone takes responsibility. Cooperate culture and individual action. In how much worker and portion to individual, but individual and accident of a cooperating culture. Case study the killer robot. In this case, the dental was a programmer mistake coding in a robot. That is programming and ethical implication.
So lastly, who do you think was the culprit in this case? Was it the programmer who wrote the faulty code? The project manager who suggested the wrong type of development procedure? The chief of robotics division who encouraged minor imperfections? the whole company, who signified commercial success over the safety of the users, or the society, who signified commercial success and sophistications over ethics and laws of development. So the choice is yours. Thank you very much.
So guys, I do have a few questions to you. You have introduced a few models. So like I think in your fifth slide, you have mentioned about the waterfall model. Do you have any idea what is that waterfall model?
Waterfall model is a software development model in which specifications are taken from the users, how they want the software, and it is not up to the later stages of development that the user and the software interact with each other. So you get the specifications from the users and start developing the software, and it is at the testing and management and maintenance stages that the user get the interaction with the software.
So once the model is complete, can you scale it up?
Not entirely, but we can change minor imperfections in the software.
Okay. So do you have any idea, instead of this waterfall model only, do you have another model that you can implement?
We can implement prototyping model, which we have also introduced in this presentation. According to prototype models, you take the specifications from the users and then make a prototype. After making a prototype, you send it to the users, and the user give you the feedback of the software and what needs to be changed and everything. And getting the users' specifications and feedbacks on every stages, we change the software, ultimately making a final software.
So last question to you, about the software testing. So did you get the gist why we are paying a good amount to the software tester nowadays? Not only the software developer, but also the software tester. You might have heard of QC, QA and all. So there are like different, it's a vague thing, IT is a vague thing. That's why we need a good team. Even say you have run the code, but there might be bugs, there might be some error, there might be some other things which has to be tested in a proper manner. And once it is done, then only you can implement it. So before implementing it, there are numerous courses that you need to rely upon. So after that only, you'll be able to implement that in a real-time system, a real-time world. Okay, that is the case where the disaster happened, and we are responsible for that, because when it's a teamwork, we make sure that every member of the team does the proper work, and testing has to be done. Thank you so much for your presentation. It was very nice. I really liked it. Your teamwork was good. Obviously, I look forward for this kind of presentation in future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.